Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. Yeah, so with Mummy here. How's it going? Good to talk to you guys after so long. You probably forgot I was a real person, huh? Forget Soco here with the torch gun, no. Outer space spaceship fluid. Yeah, he's a real guy. Soco the Bummie. Yeah, well. Ha ha ha. Just teasing you a bit there as Soco's doing you. Yeah, you see. But as we know today, and it's evening time out, you can see. I'm not keeping you here crying in the corner like I'm keeping those $2. They're just crying, wishing I'd pick them up and page right through them. Soco could just take a page or two out of that and just chew it up. Because paper comes from trees, as Soco's telling you. And trees are just a way for black people to say, I'm selling marijuana. But Soco wants you to know this. Gee, I ain't really racist. It's just funny as hell to hear these screams and the wind hears their mascot. Soco! Soco wants you to hear this. As Dixie channels her way back up from the south, because God praised Dixie, she did everything to try to defend herself against those angry black ex-slaves. They had just been freed from slavery and they were fighting. It's like, hey, you guys don't have to be enslaved anymore, and all you're doing is just fighting us, and we're Southern. It's like, hey, we used to be side by side. We used to be same kind of buds here. What's the deal? But these black guys, and then they group up in Tennessee. They guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Maybe I should do some of this time for introspection. This day and age, there's so many people on social media and trying to get famous on TikTok and sharing little stuff they think is clever and smart and looks cool. Well, I've always been a fan of lighting and hip-hop tools, like hip-hop music, like the drum box, where it's got 4 little rubber sound pads on there. Boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. But yeah, Soco, just wanted to tell you, it's a honest disclaimer, because I know some people start to look at some of my videos depending on what web page put them up on, what YouTube. But yeah, the Soco the Bummie videos, I mean, maybe they're not funny, maybe they're racist bad, but I just think it's so cool how this quiet-spirited, femmy kind of guy from the South, Soco the Bummie, Soco will tell you that, because it says, if Soco doesn't tell you, then you can't go around saying Soco said that, because Soco just, I wasn't one to tell you about it. I'm serious here about it. And there's no other way to put it. Unless you're going to put it some other way, I can't think of a way to put it that way, and you found out, it does go that way. Great, let's try another piece. But it's kind of fun for me with the rap character Slimy Mime now. It's kind of fun for me to use these drastically different characters to just kind of insult some of the rude condescensions or some of the rude conceptions in the world. Like if you're standing on a busy corner and you're about to cross the street, you'll suddenly get the feeling that you're on stage at the biggest dance concert, and don't trip over the curb when you cross the street or whatever. Somebody's gonna care what the bag says, if it says Dayton's or Macy's or whatever when you're walking across the intersection. Everybody gets really self-paranoid like this. Myself, I've studied mental illness, and I know that I don't have too many symptoms other than the fact that I can play with what most people call abilities. Some people worry about as symptoms, and then others kind of, like what I'm doing, I surpass it and I just say,
If you get me so worked up that I feel no rapport with you, if you're such a southern banshee bastard like Soco is, that he's just thinking, well, I'm gonna hurt you and I'm gonna tell you stuff about Dixie. Well, some of the little idioms I came up with were funny, I thought. Like, hey, slaves are freed. But hey, don't do your jobs. Slaves would be like, well, wait, how are they gonna get all the cotton? Nobody would ever think that. They'd just think, well, yeah, we're freed slaves. That's fair to people, because. Anyways, in this time of COVID and all this shit, they haven't sent out no second new COVID check. It gets people pretty pissed, and people are starting to understand where I'm coming from with all of it, which is I've lived in a southern state. I've traveled to Europe a lot in high school, and now I'm pretty much some broke dude, broke down apartment, kind of big, but I can't have any visitors from COVID. Landlord says, thinking of sneaking somebody though. Long story short of it is, check this. I'm not gonna make too long of a video, but I thought anybody who's following Soco might think, who the fuck is this guy? And is he for real? Because some of that stuff is pretty brash. Like, hey, natives, you can go back to your teepee when you get off the alcohol. Back away. Other than that, back away. You can go back to your teepee when you get off the alcohol, bud. I can't make deals here, okay? Much love to everybody, and if I think of topical jokes that work in society, it's a lot better than what you're getting on the 6 o'clock news in the morning. Well, do you think so, Buck? Funny how we said that. Not that staunch. Keep following me. I'll have some shit. Either my music or my Socos. Bye.